On this episode of Negative Modifier, we'll be playing the game deltagreen. Deltagreen is a mature tabletop RPG that tackles various dark and unsettling themes and topics that some listeners may find traumatizing, harmful, or generally uncomfortable. Listener discretion is advised. So to paint the scene, Agent Sanguine, you have been forced to throw up. Agent Saga, Agent Spark, you have hit another agent with a chair, beat him some. I'm assuming lots got knocked over as part of the scuffle. What do you do at this point?
I'm going to look through Sanguine's doctor's bag and see if I can find smelling salts.
Yeah, I'll say they're in there. You do anything else?
I'll make sure that the toilet's flushed.
All right. Anything from you, Saga?
Nothing other than, I know when we were trying to get Sanguine, situated, I'm just kind of tending to any wounds that I can with my limited, knowledge in, medicine and first aid. And so very limited, but again, not fixing. I'm just kind of
tending to,
yeah.
HP loss notwithstanding, it's not like you shot or stabbed him. He's still maybe bleeding a little bit, but it's like you broke anything probably or anything like that. It's...
Mm-hmm.
But so... couple minutes pass, you're kind of cleaning up the room and dealing with stuff, and there's a loud knock on the door.
I'll go get it.
How do you open the door? Do you check out the peephole? What do you do in this moment, I guess?
Yeah, I'll look through the peephole.
There is a young, maybe 20-somethings woman standing outside there, blonde, kind of heavier on the makeup side, skinny, but dressed in appropriately Yule-themed sweater and clothing and stuff like that, and she's kind of looking a little bit confused and pensive.
Is this like a door with a chain?
Yeah.
I'll latch the chain and then open the door a little.
As the door opens, she goes, is everything all right in there? Your downstairs neighbor complained about something. Did something happen? They said they thought they heard something get smashed or something heavy fall.
Yeah, sorry. One of my friends sat down in the chair too fast and took a tumble.
Oh, my. Do you mind if I come in and take some photos of it? Well, I ended up paying for the room after all, but I'm sure we can find some way of compensating it. Maybe a comp at the bar or something. I'm so sorry about that.
It's fine. There's no damage or anything. It was just a fall. He's fine. We're fine.
Are you sure? We'd feel absolutely terrible if you thought less of the hotel or anything like that after this. We're really sorry about that. We try to have a high standard of care here.
Oh, no, of course. Nothing that's happened so far has lowered my opinion of the bar here or the people here. You've all been fantastic.
Is your friend okay?
Yeah, he's in the bathroom right now.
Give me a persuade.
66% critical.
Yeah, she's no reason to doubt this. It's strange, but also people are drinking and shit like that. There's quite a chance that this might not be the only kind of event like this that happens this night, potentially. It's unlikely this happens a lot, but alcohol, partying, shit happens. Definitely weirder stuff in theory does. But, yeah, it's kind of with a shrug. She kind of seems to relax some. And it's well, if you need anything, let us know. Or we're just a phone call away or come down to the front desk. Hope you have a good evening. And she kind of walks off.
Agent Spark closes the door and turns and looks at Saga and just rolls her eyes.
I look over and I'm like, oh, good one. That was solid.
Thanks. Should we wake him up?
Yeah. Does you have any smelling salt or something in that bag or whatever?
Yeah, I found some.
Okay.
I don't know how to use smelling salts, but I'll try.
Yes, snap them typically.
Yeah, I'll snap him under his nose.
Is it worth talking what a smelling salt is real quick?
Sure. I'm sure that some people have an idea what they are, but not exactly the function.
So smelling salts typically in the modern era are one of two things. They're either a jar full of something, or the version people are more commonly, what they think of are basically a little almost like a salt packet that you snap and it lets the fumes out at that point. It used to be almost like a hard biscuit thing you snapped it to the same thing, but yeah, typically it's either kind of the single-use snap things or it's literally like a tiny little medicine jar that you pull the lid off of and kind of wave under someone's nose. I guess probably in this case that Sanguine has the small snappable type. Those are typically more medical.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and do whatever is necessary for this one.
Yeah. You snap it, kind of smell wafts up into Sanguine's face. He takes a unconscious smell through it. The cool thing about smelling salts is how they work. You don't actually have to breathe them in to get the effects because they're kind of like a little bit of a noxious gas. But yeah.
Sanguine goes from being straight up unconscious to just kind of making a very like constricted face and almost not seizing, but like his body just kind of constricts and bends backwards. You'll hear him just kind of start making like a noise as his body's recoiling from waking up and whatnot. But after his wriggling and seizing and whatnot, Sanguine's just gonna kind of come to. What? Why am I tied? What's happening?
You don't remember what happened?
I was cleaning my room, and then I got here.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to explain what happened, Saga?
Yeah, so remember that stuff, that quote unquote wassail you were drinking? Well, made you hear voices. I know that because I also briefly heard voices, but with the amount that you had versus whatever I had, you kind of lost control and test or something. You were about to come at me with a shard of glass. I'm assuming the mess of the glass and all that stuff is still kind of there and all that. I kind of point all to that and like, you were going to come at us with that. Something about, kill the outsiders or stop the outsiders or something. I know because I heard it, but I was not compelled like you were. And fortunately we had to knock you out.
I look down at my hand and I notice that it's like bleeding, just from gripping the glass. I didn't hurt anybody, right? Just myself, maybe. I mean, obviously you guys had it handled, seeing as how I'm hog-tied by a corded phone. Damn, you don't see these things anymore.
Yeah, they're really easy to... Never mind. Yeah, this is kind of strange, but we need to be careful who we talk to, and we need to be overall friendly, I think. I think people need to believe that we are in the know, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, the mayor is very clearly in on it.
I mean, that explains why he was so pushy on getting us a drink.
Yes.
So, how did you fix me?
You threw up.
Like, willingly, or did you use something out of the Mary Poppins bag that I got?
Yeah, we used the Epicac.
Okay. Fuck. Well, probably could make up a cocktail to kind of counteract those effects for the rest of this operation.
What time is it?
Right around midnight by now or something, give or take. Like, you got here pretty late, and it's been kind of a slow, steady increase in time from there.
Well, Saga and Sanguine talk. I'm going to start looking around the room, like checking outlets and light fixtures and places that I would hide, like small listening devices. And
yeah. What do you have for craft?
I have craft microelectronics 60.
Let's do a check of that.
98% failure.
You're not finding anything, but honestly, as you're kind of looking around the room too, this is not a new setup. Like, this is a bit of a dated technology standpoint. Like, probably anything that would possibly pop out, but at the same time, who knows? Maybe it's intentionally looking dated, but you don't find anything necessarily. You have SIGINT by any chance?
I do, also at 60.
All right, so give me a roll of that.
8% success.
So, what you know about this type of stuff, looking around the room, it would be easy to have to hide something like that here, but like, it would also be quite damaging to the room, potentially. Like, there's not a lot of places to hide any shit like that.
Right, so a lot of the fixtures are like permanent. And
yeah, then they're like vintage stuff. For better or worse, the aesthetic of this place would get in the way of successfully hiding something, and anything new that you could hide something in would probably stand out. Like, why does this like table not match everything else in the room or something like that?
Yeah, so you guys see that like in the middle of the conversation, Spark kind of like realizes something, looks a little concerned, and starts walking around the room looking at like light fixtures, and gets down on a knee and takes out a little flashlight and is trying to get into an outlet and just like looking around at like seemingly uninteresting places around the room, like under tables and everything. And she just starts doing that in the middle of the conversation.
You think we're bugged? As I ask, as Sanguine is like rifling through his medical pack or just a little medical bag and just kind of popping random, or not random, but like popping some pills to deal with the fact that he just got dosed with Ipecac.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't really. I mean, you could set up something in here, but you'd have to. I mean, look at this light fixture. I mean, it's like you got to take off a piece of the plaster just to replace it. Nothing's convenient in here to bug.
All right. So what's the plan now? Because your room's kind of trashed. We still have 2 other rooms that we could use if we all need to rest up for the night. I'm gonna imagine we're gonna rest up for the night. I think the fatigue is gonna start hitting me sometime soon.
Yeah. Let's just go pick another room and rest up in there.
Are you guys sure you want to do another room? I mean, they've already shown interest in this room, and if they come in here when we're not here and they see a mess, they're going to get suspicious.
That's true.
The other 2 rooms are fine, and they're kind of look like they're kind of worn in. And if we're all just in here, they probably just think we're working, and it's like whatever. I don't think it's a good idea.
So everyone give me an intelligence. Kind of doing a practical spycraft thing now.
78% out of a 75% fail.
84 out of 80 failure.
That is an 8% success.
So, Sanguine, it occurs to you that, like, aside for your fight, you haven't done anything suspicious yet. And yes, you could assume everyone in the town is in on this, but also maybe they're not. Like, the person that came up to check on you seemed genuinely concerned and seemed to kind of genuinely buy what she was told and then kind of left. Like, there's a chance that this might actually raise more suspicion, but also do what you want on this one. But like, you actually haven't done anything suspicious yet aside for your jobs they all expect you to do.
Okay. So just as a quick rundown, outside of me kind of going berserk and attempting to cut y'all, did anything else happen other than, I'm going to imagine, especially just with the redness and the pain that I'm experiencing, I got beat down pretty decently?
Well, I mean, assuming you didn't leave a lot of blood from when you picked up the glass and had, the glass shard in your hand, and I don't know how much you actually bled out. So, like, unless we're good with doing that kind of at least scrub on that, we should be okay. But, I mean, we're leaving a trail if we just leave the blood here.
No, it's blood. I have hydrogen peroxide, and that's going to be fine.
All right. I mean, beyond that, that's my only real concern. We can clean up the glass. I mean, people drop glass all the time. Like, it happens, but.
Okay. So, from what it sounds like, other than the large crash, which we explained, correct? Everything's all good?
Yeah, no one has any ill givings. Are you saying that we should go to our respective rooms and just not all sleep together?
Well, from what I am thinking is that while, yes, I did have a little moment, we drank out of, like, I would imagine a community punch bowl of some sort of situation. I would think that we are not the only victims of whatever the hell just happened. I think the mayor is kind of leading this, but I think we can at least say that most, if not the general populace, isn't in on this whole holiday beverage that makes people speak inside your head.
All right. I mean, I trust your instinct on this. We should still set up some kind of watch system, though.
Agreed.
On the record, I'm not saying that they're not all in it. I'm just saying the chances of them all being in on it are also unlikely type of thing. At least the one person that came to check on you after the crash seemed sincerely confused and concerned.
Okay. Let's just sleep normal. Let's clean the room up a little, and then we'll do a watch order. I guess someone can go down to the bar and just kind of keep an eye out for anything suspicious for the watches. I don't know. I think we can see the stairs leading up to our rooms, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll take first watch.
I'll take second. I think, given the circumstance of what happened a little bit ago, Sanguine, you should probably take third. Get some rest.
I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'll just point this out for the sake of this. You are posting watch in the lobby of like a tourist destination hotel inn situation. What's your explanation for why you're doing that if people ask?
Oh, I assume there was a bar down there or something.
I mean, there is, but it's going to be closed eventually type of thing.
Standard military procedure. You guys are good at lying, right?
Yeah, I mean, also additionally, I can pretend to be working on some stuff and just take some files and nonsense and just be like, oh yeah, I'm a night owl. Sometimes I just kind of burn the midnight oil.
That's a good point. Very well. I want to look through your guys' room really fast, see if they're basically the same setup. Just want to make sure there isn't a possibility of one room being bugged, the rest not.
I'll hand wave and say they have, same results.
All right. Why don't we clean this up and I'll head downstairs.
Which reminds me, I need to get rid of my quote unquote wassail that's still sitting in my room. I left it. I need to go ahead and dump that.
All right. So let's clean it up and then Spark will go downstairs.
Anything I need to roll for dumping like an entire jar of this stuff? Okay.
This is all normal human behavior stuff. Like, nothing hard about this. Agent Spark, so you kind of post up at the bar just to kind of loiter about?
Yeah. I order like juice and stuff while I'm down there.
Makes sense. Something you can see it come out of the container or something like that?
Yeah, it's part of that. And also, Spark doesn't drink alcohol. So
Fair. Makes sense.
But Spark will make conversation with the bartender and, see if she can get a read on like him or the festival or anything.
Yeah, it's the bartender's kind of an hour or two from closing up shop when you get their type of thing, and they're kind of surprised when you show up. They're like, oh, damn, customer this late.
I'm having trouble sleeping.
Yeah, the racket outside can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. This is the lifeblood that keeps the town going and whatnot. But yeah, it can be kind of hard to sleep while the party's still going on. It should be over an hour or two.
Yeah, it's very lively. People seem to really like the, what's it called? The wassail?
Yeah, it's some old secret tradition. I think it came over with, it taps his chin for a second. I think it's the Nords that came up with that recipe or something, brought over from the old country, I think. But I don't know. I married into the whole kind of gestures around situation here on the island.
What, do you like it? Do you drink it?
He shrugs. It's not really for me. Despite being a bartender, I don't exactly drink like I used to. And between the spices and the pomp and circumstance and all that, it's not my thing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. My drinking days are a bit past me.
He nods at this. He's like, yeah, being the town drunk in a population of about 300, let's just say it doesn't go over well or go unnoticed the way it would back when I lived in the city.
Yeah.
It's one thing when the neighbors talk. It's another thing when the neighbors or your wife's brother's cousins, in-laws, and someone 6 months later brings it up at the family function.
That sounds awkward. What do you know about the sheriff and the mayor? They seem very nice, but, I kind of want an outside, or rather an inside perspective.
He shrugs. Alan's nice enough. Doesn't seem to be adjusting to life as well as our previous sheriff did, but at the same time, he was a local, so I don't know. He came from the city, I think, or something like that, and adapting to small town policing. Maybe it's not for him. He said something about he came here to kind of get away from all the hustle and bustle and just the craziness, but I think he, in his mind, is traded kind of sane crazy for kind of gestures outside again. The biggest party of the year, once a year type of situation.
Yeah, what happened to the last sheriff?
He passed, old age.
That makes sense. What about the mayor?
Thomas. Yeah, Thomas Red. Mr. Mayor. The fucking Reds have been mayors of this place for going back maybe a century as far as I can tell. I'm not totally sure. I'm assuming as part of the welcome committee you got the whole rundown of this?
Yeah, he was very proud of the accomplishments his family have made here.
Guy rolls his eyes at that. Yeah, between you and me, being that proud of never leaving the same chunk of rock in the middle of a lake, kind of sad in my book, but also I live here now, so I shouldn't speak too ill of the place. It's nice enough, I suppose.
Yeah. Did you ever the girl, the one who went missing, did she ever come down here? Did you talk to her?
Shakes his head. Nah, I think I'd remember her if she came through, but I think she always stayed at one of the kind of cheaper, farther out ones.
You know which one?
Nah, honestly, no. I'm not sure if she had even a consistent one or not, but yeah, I feel like I'd seen her around a couple times. Like she was a regular for the festival or something, which is strange because most of the regulars choose to stay here in kind of towns and have to walk that far, and they have less distance to stagger back from. But cheap and whatnot, or maybe she enjoyed the walk.
Anything like this ever happened before?
Nah, part of the sell of moving here was the fact that, well, nothing bad happens. The worst thing that happened was last year when that's not fair. The goat got burned down last year, but yeah, typically the worst that happens is someone over imbibes. And yeah, I think the big scandal last year was someone threw a punch at someone and didn't even connect, but that was the town gossip for months. They both were drunk. Tempers were high. Everyone's real upset about the goat getting burned.
I heard that's happened the last couple of times.
It's the damnedest thing, yeah. And don't get me wrong, the mayor and team all seem to be kind of stepping up security every year. But yeah, I guess it's some like tradition going. Tradition's the wrong phrase, but like something bad happens to that damn thing every single goddamn year. It never makes it to Christmas.
Huh. Have you ever been here when it does make it to Christmas?
That's what I'm saying. It's never made it to Christmas.
Weird.
It almost did a couple years back now, maybe 4 or 5, but like day of, we all woke up, the thing on fire, like December 24th. It's the closest, I think.
Strange tradition.
Probably just some drunk vandal picking a fight with it or something. It's the problem with having a big wicker thing designed to burn is some drunk asshole gets in their head that they're trying to be the one to light it on fire, and apparently they do.
Yeah. I'll continue just to make small talk. Just see what I can get a beat on. I had no other direct questions.
Yeah, they're friendly enough. They kind of make idle chit chat and stuff. They do eventually kind of ask if you're one of the people investigating the murder.
Yeah.
The rumors sometime that you're going to be showing up and that you're going to be staying at the hotel and welcome to the island and whatnot. But yeah, beyond that, not much.
I'll ask if, like, when they close up the bar, does he lock up the room, or is this like, they just close up sort of the bar area?
Yeah, they just kind of close up the bar and leave it there. Like he's like, yeah, we're not exactly worried about crime in town, especially not this time of year.
Okay, I'll ask him if he minds if I stay in there and work a little bit before I back up to my room.
So, Saga, you're up next.
I am up next.
All right, so you're coming down around, we'll say, like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. It's a little bit suspicious, but at the same time, not a lot of people here. You have the kind of night manager at the front desk. Do you make yourself known, or do you try and like slip by undetected?
I'm just gonna kind of, I don't want to make myself super obvious, but I am obviously like, I'm going to be sitting in the general like lobby near the bar area. Not exactly like in the bar, but like if they have like kind of tables where people would mingle,
Yeah.
That's kind of a mix between the lobby and all that stuff. That's where I'll hang out. Basically, like if I was near like their office business center type of scenario.
You give them the nod basically as you walk by?
Yeah, just like, the casual, like, hand wave or like nod and then just go right into doing my business.
Yeah.
I do just want to say that Spark does the little toothpick trick in the door before she goes to bed.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, you're fine. Yep. Give me a charisma, Agent Saga, as you're kind of sitting there.
21 out of 60 success.
So are you putting off kind of a vibe of like, I just want to be left alone? Like, what are you doing to kind of dissuade people from talking to you?
My general vibe right now is kind of like just kind of doing my thing, focusing on work, not exactly giving people like the stink eye or off-putting, but like generally enough that like if someone were to walk by and say something, I would humor it and like talk to them, but very much obviously looking like I am kind of just going through some paperwork and writing stuff and
insomnia with time to kill type of situation.
Yeah, basically.
Perfect. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so night manager at one point kind of asks you want some like tea or something like that. You kind of wave them off, and yeah, no one's super pushy. They kind of see that you're doing stuff, and who knows where you flew in from? It could be different time zones. You could just be wired. Who the hell knows type of thing. But yeah, nothing strange happens as part of your watch.
Do I only see the night manager? Is
Yeah.
anybody else walking around?
Maybe
at
some
all?
cleaning staff come through, but you're in the kind of dead of night shift for this type of stuff. Not a lot of people milling about.
Okay. As I am kind of like, focused, occasionally I do take an occasional break to rest my eyes like it and like rub them. But like I also use that opportunity to kind of do a search without getting up or anything like that, but kind of look around. Is there anything worthwhile in like doing a search perhaps? Or
I mean, like, what are you
just
looking for, I guess? Just anything out of the ordinary?
anything out of the ordinary?
Nah, nothing's striking your fancy. It's just a boring hotel lobby type of situation where just nothing's happening.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll just kind of keep continuing doing my thing. And like I said, if someone were to walk by and say something, I'm not going to be like super off-putting, but I am obviously, still just kind of looking like I'm catching up on things and burning the midnight oil while I'm at it.
All right. Your shift passes. Agent Sanguine. Now time for your shift. What are you doing? And you're getting like we'll call it like tail end, sun starting to come up shift, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. type of thing.
I'm going to bring out the printouts that we were given in regards to the murder and studying up on that, specifically just kind of juggling, looking like I'm doing work, but at the same time, just kind of keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
I also would like to see if I can get a sample of the wassail.
Are you asking for the wassail?
I would imagine that if there's like a continental breakfast that is available here, or if there's like a bed and breakfast sort of situation.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, they eventually start serving breakfast. It's nothing super fancy, but it's enough to kind of qualify for a breakfast. Give me an alertness.
Ooh, I'm not great at alertness, but you know what? Let's see if I have a 14 out of 31 success in alertness.
Yeah, so you hear kind of out of the corner of the room, person you'd assume is like the head chef talking angrily into a phone, or not so much angry, kind of like frustrated into a phone about how like they're out, they need more supplies, like if you just get told the damn recipe, you could make the damn wassail himself type of thing, but like they need to restock, for lack of a better phrase. And whoever he's talking to is very kind of like, don't worry, you'll have it by tonight, et cetera, et cetera. You can't hear what they're saying, obviously, but this guy keeps responding to like, yeah, but if someone wants it for lunch or something like that, and the person keeps saying, no, it's tradition, we don't serve it till nightfall. Like, the chef is getting increasingly mad at kind of all the rules that seem to surround this, and he's just like, just give me the goddamn recipe, I'll make it myself. Like, it's sounding like hotcakes, like you're stomping on my own feet for this type of situation.
Is the conversation going to die down within my shift between the phone call and whatnot?
Yeah, it doesn't last all that long. It's probably like 5-10 minutes.
Cool. Is the guy like in the back, like in the kitchen? Is he available for conversation?
He's kind of there. He's like surveying the entire situation, which does not need to be doing because it's all just kind of like grab and go stuff and fruit. But like he seems to be there taking some stock of the situation, I guess.
Cool. I look a little bit haggard, so I kind of wave at him and whatnot. Like, hey, sorry, I'm just trying to look for a little bit of the hair of the dog that bit me. Do you guys have like a breakfast wassail mimosa sort of situation, or I don't see anything kind of out for it.
Breathes in heavily and breathes out slowly. My deepest pardons, dear guest. We do not have any more of the wassail.
Oh, like at all? I mean, like, isn't that the big thing for your guys' celebration or anything else like that?
Yes. The truth be told, this time of year, the guests are not up as early as you are typically, so we put out a meager spread, and the few that stumble through are typically, how does one say, too hungover to want more of what bit them.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I've been plagued as a morning person, even when I'm dealing with a little bit of a headache. Where do you guys get that, by the way? Do you make it and whatnot? Like, it was damn tasty.
No. It's a Local tradition. I am not allowed to know what goes into it.
Oh, it's one of those things. Okay. Is there like a brewery or anything else? Like, do you guys have like a place where it's made or something? Like, is there like a family that's just been doing it for like generations? Like, what's
Yes,
going on with that?
the Reds are responsible for it. The whole city council, city tourist board, whatever you want to call them, they deliver it towards the evening. I believe it's Samantha that's in charge of making it. Iresome woman.
Okay. And they just like deliver it to, they're single-handedly the only producers making it for the entire island?
He shrugs. They deliver a concentrate that we then water down with hot water and some tea. That's the instructions we're given. They're very protective of the actual ingredients.
Oh, okay. Hot water. I mean, like, there's like not an iced wassail or anything else like that? Is it just like wassail is a hot drink and a hot drink only?
It cools surprisingly quickly for what the beverage is, but you've drank it. The shit's basically a syrup in a cup.
Yeah, surprising that you guys have to water it down. That shit must come in as a brick.
I have looks at you. Who told you that?
Oh, I mean, I was just saying, like, if it's syrupy and you guys are watering it down with hot water and tea, then it must be incredibly thick beforehand. So it comes in as bricks?
Yes, it's some old way of making the beverage or something. It's brewed and then dried into a brick.
And that all happens all in one day? Or do they like make...
I believe they make a bunch of it for the season and then dole it out appropriately. We are not the priority. The festival's the priority, so any we get is secondary.
Oh, okay. Where is the place to get the freshest wassail then? If you were getting some secondary materials, I mean, like, where's the good stuff? Not saying that your stuff was the best, or your stuff was awful, but you know what I'm saying.
He shrugs at this. Any of the booths in the festival will be more than what you're looking for, and they may have it this morning. They often add the stuff to cider and serve it hot in the mornings.
All right, cool. Thank you for the update, or at least thank you for the information.
Do not associate my cooking with that drink. It is strange.
You're not a big fan? You don't drink it yourself?
Something about it unnerves me. It is, how do you put it, like tea, but not tea.
I mean, have you tried it before? Or you're a chef, right? You taste everything.
Yes, and I've tasted enough to understand how one works with it, but I don't know. I had bad dreams as a result of it, I think, and swore the stuff off.
Bad dreams? Like, or is it like a psychoactive, or are we drinking something that like might get me in trouble with my federal employment?
Not as far as I know, and given the attitude around the town, I highly doubt there's anything illicit. Probably some strange concoction of spices and wine dried together. It's probably just stronger than it looks.
All right. Hey, don't mean to take you away from anything important that you're doing. Thank you for the conversation.
Not at all. You are one of the few patrons we have here for the breakfast at this hour. The rush will happen around 11 when we are starting it down.
All right. Well, do you guys have like an omelet station or something? And I just kind of order breakfast, text everyone that I'm having breakfast and if they would like to join me.
Does everyone join Sanguine?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten
I will join.
rest by now.
Good morning. I hope you all had a decent amount of sleep.
Yeah, I slept fine. Do they have a vending machine here? I'm gonna go
Probably.
get breakfast out of a vending machine.
What is the Agent Spark Breakfast of Champions like?
I get a smart water from one of the vending machines and a bag of Fritos, as well as a like granola bar if they have any in them.
Sure.
I'm going to do similar, same thing, water, but I'm just going to look for like a protein bar if they have those, because I know some vending machines may have those, and that'll be that. Like, I don't want to eat anything too much, and I think the protein should be just fine for me.
Sure.
Oh, or Sanguine ordered from the restaurant, and he's got an egg white and spinach omelet as well as a sparkling water, like a mineral water or something from a bottle that's like being poured into a wine glass or whatever the hell it is.
I kind of look over at Sanguine once we've kind of all met up at the table and go, I have to say, you're kind of bold considering what happened last night. And I like whispered that to not obviously make it heard and all that. So,
yeah, no, I mean, this is to deal with, my hangover. And I just kind of nod and whatnot.
Yeah, eggs are usually pretty good for a hangover. Should help you out.
I had a really interesting conversation with the chef before I had ordered my breakfast. Apparently, the mayor's family is the main, if not sole provider of the wassail that is on this island. Can you believe it? I can't, that's wild to me that the mayor is doing so much good for this island.
Well, it makes sense, that the mayor would want to invest into the community they run and all that stuff. So, it tracks. Not, it's fine.
Yeah, but the sole provider of all the wassail on this island, that must take a lot of work. Apparently, someone in his family named Sam is the person that kind of keeps in contact with a whole bunch of everything. It also comes in as a brick form. Don't say that out loud, I guess, or the ingredients are more of a secret too. As I'm trying to kind of do a double entendre talk as a masking normal conversation as oh shit, this is some suspicious information.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Based off that, would I know that wassail wouldn't come in a brick format and it's actually prepared entirely differently? Or
so we've established you're a bit of a professor and whatnot. What is your speciality again?
So my speciality is archaeology and anthropology.
What's your anthropology at?
My anthropology is at 41 and my archaeology is at 50.
Yeah, you've heard of wassail before, and wassail is basically just supposed to be mulled wine that's served hot. None of this makes sense. It's possible they have some fancy ingredient that somehow involves making something and then essentially extracting and processing it down to some type of hard material, but why bother doing that type of thing?
So I kind of go over some of the specifics and go, it's not how it's prepared, and there'd be no reason for them to, put it into a brick format or whatever. Especially, if it's not even leaving the island, if it's all just being brought here.
What do people have for criminology or pharmacy?
Aha, my pharmacy is at 50%.
Criminology of 40%.
And in 0, respectively.
Where has Spark worked in the world?
Spark has worked at one job for most of her life before college.
Sorry, let me rephrase my question. Location-wise, has Spark always been in the U.S. or has she had time abroad?
Spark has definitely gone. It's when they need an electronic specialist for something.
Anytime in the Middle East?
Most certainly, yeah.
All right. Agent Sanguine, you have kind of a loose relationship with pharmaceuticals. Does that extend to other recreational substances?
Yes.
You would both guess for different reasons that this is kind of like hash or something like that. This is almost like they're taking something and turning it into a brick.
So it's like an extract of something?
Yeah. If you had to guess, either they're mining this stuff out of something, which doesn't make sense, or they're making it, either through extraction or baking it or something like that. But the fact it dissolves speaks to it kind of being a temporary state for this or a processed state for this.
I mean, it's probably an extract of some kind, which means that they're getting it from somewhere. Probably somewhere on the island.
Well, considering it's apparently made, they say it was being made by any chance at the mayor's house or anything like that? Or you mentioned a name. What was that name again?
Samantha.
Yeah.
It's a Samantha. It's part of the Red family, so I'm going to imagine Samantha Red, unless she married into some other kind of insular group.
Yeah, I would imagine then that we find Sam, we get one step closer, and I don't know if it's it would be such a cliche of what's happening at the mayor's house, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Makes sense, but I don't know. I think we should probably, if we're looking for our next lead, I think Sam is.
Do we want to check out the hotel we were originally going to stay at? See if anyone there has any advice. It kind of seems like everything outside of the city center is like ostracized a bit. Also, we could swing by the sheriff's office and see if we can abscond with a gun or two.
I was actually going to ask whether or not we wanted to check out that hotel. Should we kind of go visit the sheriff and see if we can pick up some equipment and then go to the hotel? Or do you think that we can kind of get by with what we have at the moment?
I want to go to the sheriff first.
We have notes of like kind of this operation and everything that we received from our handler, correct?
Yeah, they didn't have much for it, but yeah.
Out of curiosity, in those notes, did they mention anything about a green box on the island?
They did not.
Okay. Then I will not bother.
That sounds a little too convenient, unfortunately.
Yeah. You never know.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Shall we give Alan a little visit?
Yeah. I think we've got our day planned out so far.
All right.
So you're off to the sheriff's?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So stepping out of your hotel it's different. Like the town is different in the light of day. And where last night was kind of this vibrant beacon all around you and surrounded by darkness, you really couldn't see much. During the morning hours, this town is a little bit stranger. Like you can see kind of all the extra details that are on the various buildings and houses that make up kind of this main drag here. And someone has spent a lot of time and money and effort really kind of capturing that vaguely Scandinavian kind of throwback aesthetic for just everything. It's every single surface looks like it's trying very hard to be authentic and kind of old school to that region of the world. And what you couldn't see last night that you can see now is the small island. So as you were kind of told, and now you can see it in more detail or actually see it for yourself, you're kind of up towards the top of the hill of this kind of drag that goes down. The way this town works is it's basically one giant strip of main road, kind of plaza, whatever you want to call it, that goes down towards what appears to be a cliff, which is where the goat is situated. And then there's some remnants of something, and then there's the small island, which you can't see much of it. It's about 20, 30 feet away from the edges of the water type of thing. It lives up to the name Small Island, but there does seem to be kind of like most of the center of the island does appear to be kind of like a lake or a pit or something like that. Like it appears to be full of water. Maybe it's just water that leaked in from kind of some subterranean area because it's attached to the lake itself with a larger lake around you. And then kind of on the farthest away side of the small island from the town is an old, decrepit looking lighthouse that's obviously not still in use. So kind of standing on the top of the hill where you are, you've got this big Christmas tree type of thing, a big kind of evergreen. Then kind of the center of this town, give or take, is the giant bell you heard the night before. And then right at the edge of the kind of the cliff or the edge of this kind of little area, you have the goat. And it all kind of like the goat's definitely looking out at the small island and out at the lighthouse and stuff like that. It's kind of very proudly staring off out across all that stuff. But like it all kind of lines up and the town's very much designed to kind of like you walk down, you walk up and you see the entire thing. It's very millable about and stuff like that. Like there's a certain intention to kind of how inviting and tourist friendly and kind of like drunk friendly the whole design of this place is.
Where is the goat in relation to the small island? Is it on the small island?
No, it's on the big island with you still. Like if there was like a bridge that connected the small island to the big island, it'd be right kind of where the bridge would connect type of thing. And there is some wreckage that suggests there may have been a bridge at one point, but nothing kind of that obviously stands out as bridge. But yeah, it's kind of at like the farthest tip towards the small island that you can have and still be part of this kind of little town you're in.
So I guess this isn't really a question for me, but does like the goat signify anything culturally for like Scandinavian traditional like celebrations?
Saga, what you got for history and what you got for anthropology?
My anthropology is at 41 and my history is at 60, baby.
Yeah, that's enough to kind of know the basics of this. Goats have a variety of cultural importances. They're great farm animals. They're kind of hardy. They produce just as many things as cows do, but are much easier to raise. So yeah, they're a herding animal. They're kind of a little bit more capable of fending for themselves. they're more resistant to disease, so they're big kind of. A lot of countries, the Scandinavian ones, are fans of them in general. They're also kind of getting into kind of like Viking Norse myths. Thor had them. Like they are a definite part of that culture in one way, shape, or form. So there are a myriad of kind of connections to Scandinavian and also just kind of European culture in general that involve goats.
Okay.
You're not close enough to the goat to get any kind of like details on it, but it is an impressive, large kind of like wicker statue of a goat. It looks friendly, like it's got kind of, can't see the detail again, but like it's got kind of a jaunty attitude to it almost. Like it's a friendly looking giant goat.
I have an additional kind of quirk I want to follow up with the goat stuff there. So I know I have the knowledge of history and anthropology on that end, which give me kind of the official stuff. But I also have 40 in occult. So is there anything kind of in semblance of goats on the occult side?
Oh, yeah. Goats are very often the victim of various occult rituals, sacrifices. You know, kind of in the most traditional European sense, they have a bit of a Satan angle to them. But in the same way that they're super useful farm animals, they're often kind of linked to fertility goddesses. And there's a bunch of kind of weird stories about like, hell, like from a Greek angle, you have a variety of species that have like mostly human and then like goat parts. And so like satyrs exist. The number of occult things that involve goats is high.
Excellent. So I'm able to communicate this information to my team. Not just obviously the history and the anthropology part, but obviously the reference of the goat in terms of occult, or the connection of the occult to goats, and kind of its link to Scandinavian and European culture as, you know, sacrifice, but also fertility, and you kind of like goat hybrids and all that stuff with the satyrs and things like that. So I'll do like a condensed version and go over that with the group.
Interesting.
When you say sacrifice, do you think that has anything to do with our victim?
I mean, could be a multitude of things, realistically speaking. I mean, considering last night and we were like literally going kill the outsiders or you know, get rid of the outsiders. Like, anyway, whatever, you know, removing the outsiders. It's,
I mean, like, was there anything beyond just kind of like get the outsiders out or stuff? Because like, there's a lot of people here who are technically outsiders. This is a huge tourist event, right?
So as you're saying that, give me a search.
That is a 17% success.
36% success.
ooh, one critical, baby.
All right. So as you're saying there's lots of outsiders here, you realize there aren't. Everyone you're seeing on the street right now most likely lives on the island. They're kind of moving into various food stalls and stuff like that. Like, you're the only people that you can like easily spot that probably aren't from here. Everyone's kind of in like appropriate garb, appropriate kind of like attitudes. They're all kind of bright and cheery and moving into their booths and setting stuff up. And as we're kind of looking at all this, like there's obviously kind of an overlay to all this that makes it extra kind of festive. But like, this thing's kind of always set up to be for this. Like, it's almost a little bit like purpose built for this festival, which again makes a certain amount of sense, but like maybe people are sleeping it off or something like that, but you are the only outsiders out on the street right now.
I know they said the hotel was booked and all that, but do we see anybody else in the hotel room other than like the staff? Notice anybody here that kind of stands out? Like, the only people who stand out right now are us.
Is there any evidence of the party last night?
Oh, tons. Yeah, people are cleaning it up and stuff like that. There's various trash cans that are overflowing. They're getting kind of cleaned out and stuff like that. Again, the party definitely happened. Like, there's no doubt in your mind the party didn't happen type of thing. It's very obviously it happened. Like, but you're not seeing any of the people that are in attendance to it that are not from this town. That being said, it's also like 8 a.m. in the morning after a night of heavy drinking and revelry. So who knows?
I'm going to make sure there's nobody around that could like listen to us as we're talking and walking and talking before I say this. Perhaps whatever is in the drink is sensitive to bright light.
Was there any kind of, I mean, you guys were lucid when you witnessed me kind of, well, I mean, hell, you cured me from whatever the hell was ailing me. Did you guys notice anything specific when that happened?
No, but nobody who drank last night is out and about. And you said You overheard the chef saying that it's a traditional thing for it to be served at night only, and they won't deliver it until then, right?
Yes, but the chef also said that some of the vendors and whatnot would have a little bit of whatever is left over. I was trying to get a sample, and that's kind of what ended up with me in getting into that conversation.
You want to see if one of the vendors has some left over?
Honestly, yes. I think that would be great because I could do a little bit of research. I don't have any of the equipment that I have on me, or at least I don't have any of the equipment that I could do research. Can we borrow some?
I mean, we're headed to a sheriff's department. You may have some stuff there.
True.
On the way over while we're walking, Charlie, does it look like there's like any electronics store here or some place that has like electronic equipment?
No. In fact, like there's a real kind of regression of technology. I'm not saying it's like devoid of like electronic lights or anything like that, but there's not a lot of kind of modern technology about. Like it's still lots of like old-timey style lamps that use modern electric lights and stuff like that. But yeah, there's no buy your iPads or cell phones here type of thing. Like there's nothing in this and it's not tourist facing.
All right. Well, let's continue. Do you want to see if you can pick up the sample on our way?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and... Is there a vendor that's just kind of like ready and available to purchase from by chance? Or
I mean, everyone's still setting up, but you do see a couple of vendors that have started to kind of like stir some like appropriately kitschy looking cauldron of some kind, starting to steam off into the cold air and stuff like that.
Cool. If anyone's available to, I'd like to grab a cider wassail.
All right, so you're going to approach one of the vendors?
Please and thank you.
All right, so as you approach, the vendor kind of holds up a hand. Whoa there, friend. We aren't serving yet. A little early we getting into this stuff.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to nurse a hangover, get a little bit of the hair of the dog that bit me. I really like this stuff.
We recommend just going back to bed and sleeping it off some. Don't worry about it. Festival will be here when you wake up.
So, like, okay, if anything else, I probably could just grab like a Bloody Mary or something from the stores. What time do you guys serve this? Or when is this going to be available?
Alex shrugs at this a little bit. Sundown's around 4-ish or so these days. So we typically kind of, maybe a little earlier than that these days, actually. Kind of maybe about 3:30 or so. We typically start serving around then. It's improper to drink this early in the morning and whatnot. But some of the stands have been known to open up a little bit around like 1:32 to get the pre-serving done so people are good to go once nightfall happens.
All right. Any of these stands around, or I think I might come back a little later?
Feel free to try your luck then. Sorry, we don't have anything we're just kind of getting stuff warmed up right now. It's all about getting taps the cauldron with the ladle. The liquid up and running at this point.
What do you mean the liquid up and running?
The good wassail takes time. You gotta boil it for a little while to kind of get just right.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, thanks for the tips.
So give me a search while you're talking to him.
Can I assist with the search, by the way?
Yeah, Saga, you can give a search if you want to.
98% failure.
Oh, I should have shut up. 66 fumble.
So you're kind of like leaning on the table while Sanguine's ordering this, and like you slip on some water or some ice maybe or something and kind of like make a very spectacle kind of like scene of falling and knock the table over, and give me a luck check.
I was just going to ask if I could do a luck check for the distraction. You read my mind. 47 out of 50 success.
So you narrowly avoid having a cauldron of hot liquid dumped on you. It hits the ground and just kind of steam goes up off of it. And the guy's kind of looking at you like, bro, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I was leaning on the table and I put too much on it. I absolutely apologize. Like, I will pay. Just let me know how much I owe you. Like, I am so sorry.
Kind of looks at you, rolls his eyes. Just get out of here. Come back later when we're actually open. Watch yourself.
All right.
While it's going on, and they're kind of like looking at each other like, what's going on? Can I take a peek at the liquid, see if it's doing anything weird?
Yeah, give me a search.
18% success.
Yeah, it just appears to be some hot water, maybe with some spices mixed into it, maybe some cider or something. Like it appears to just be liquid right now.
Does it look different from the liquid we were drinking last night?
Nowhere near as dark.
Okay, so it's missing a component.
If you knew what wassail looked like, this is kind of like wassail before you add the wine to it color. So kind of like ranging from kind of like a watery color to like a cidery color.
Yeah, while the guy is like, speaking with Saga and Sanguine and the spill and everything, can I like see if I can... this stall, is it like positioned so the back is open, or is it like positioned so the back's against the storefront?
Oh no, this is kind of in the town squares. Yeah, the back is open technically.
Can I like walk behind and see if he's got anything like brick-like stuffed behind
I mean, there's nothing else to see. Like he just has this table and kind of a little tent around him again.
Okay, there's nothing there. Okay.
Give me that search at -20.
A modified search of 60. I rolled a 68 failure.
Nah, nothing went flying either as the table got knocked over either.
All right.
Just hot liquid, cauldron, table, and disgruntled person whose livelihood is based off tourism.
I'll move on.
All right, so you're going back up over the hill to get to the sheriff's?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
On behalf of all of us at Negative Modifier, thank you for listening, and we do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider becoming one, partially so you do not miss our next episode, but mostly because it helps new listeners find us. In addition to that, if you liked the episode, please consider clicking the thumbs up button below. If you'd like to further support the show, please consider joining us on Discord or becoming a Patreon patron.